Hey friends, welcome back to the Kelly Counts Macros podcast. I'm Kelly Mosdy, certified health and wellness coach, creator of the Shred and the Clubhouse membership. I'm so glad you're here. We're wrapping up in another incredible fall shred, and I have to say, I'm so proud of all of my shredders, the consistency, the commitment, the way that you've shown up for yourselves. It is inspiring. Inside the Clubhouse membership this week, we made the chocolate chipper muffins, full size, high protein muffins that the whole family loves. And we've been also talking a lot about mindset because what's coming up next, starting December 1st, Slay Strong. It's going to keep that momentum going right through the holidays. You'll get short 15-minute strength workouts. There will be teams, live coaching, and it's all happening inside of the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership. By the way, Clubhouse members, we're covering your app costs for that one. So Merry Christmas from Kate and I. Now, as we come to the end of the shred, I see something happening that I really want to talk about. It's something I call what I see you doing. And it's this: you're comparing yourself to other people. So, what do I see you doing? I see you looking at someone else's results and thinking, she lost more than I did. I see you scrolling social media, comparing yourself to someone who's on Ozempic or doing a crash diet. Maybe it's not even a stranger online. Maybe it's a coworker, a teacher that you work with, a sister-in-law, a close friend who started losing weight quickly. You see their before and afters, or you hear people complimenting her, and suddenly you start questioning everything that you're doing. You start thinking, should I be doing that? Why is it taking me so long? But what you don't see is the whole picture, the side effects, the muscle loss, the rebound, the yo-yo that often follows, or the lack of energy that comes with extreme restriction. I've had clients tell me they felt behind because someone in their family started medication or cut out entire food groups. But here's the truth. You're building something sustainable. You're learning habits that last. And while they might be shrinking, you're growing. You're building strength, awareness, habit stacking, and a lifestyle you can actually maintain. So if that's you comparing your journey, your body, your weight to somebody on a shortcut, remember, shortcuts often come with detours. You're on the long game path, and that's where lasting results live. It's sustainable. I see you comparing yourself to your old self, the version of you that was 10 or 20 pounds lighter, or 5 years younger, or even when you look in high school or on your wedding day. But here's the thing, that version of you doesn't have the life that you have now. So you weren't juggling a job, kids, sports schedules, aging parents. You didn't have the same responsibilities, the stress, or experiences that shape who you are today. So let's talk about a real example. I've had clients pull up old photos from a thinner time in their life and say, Kelly, I just want to look like that again. But when we dig down and we talk about what was really going on back then, I often hear things like I was barely eating, I was working out twice a day, or I was really unhappy in a place I was unhappy in mentally. So you forget the context of that version of you, what it took to maintain it, or what you were sacrificing for it. You remember the body, but not the burnout. So instead of chasing an old version of yourself, what if you focused on creating your strongest, healthiest, happiest version right now? The one who has balance and peace and energy, because your best isn't behind you, it's being built in front of you. because your best isn't behind you, it's being built in front of you. And here's the thing, comparison, it's human nature. We all do it, but it's sneaky, right? It tricks you into thinking you're behind when really you're just on a different timeline. You're on your own journey. So, the definition of comparison is the act of examining two or more things to see how they're similar or different. But when it comes to people, especially body comp, weight, lifestyle comparison, it's often evaluating yourself against someone else's perceived success. So, according to the studies from Michigan University, 10 minutes of social comparison on Instagram can increase feelings of inadequacy by up to 70%. That's just 10 minutes. Think about how many minutes per day or per week that you are on social media. Another study showed that people who frequently compare their progress to others report 50% lower satisfaction with their own results, even when their results are great. So, when I say and when I tell you comparison is the thief of joy, I mean it literally. If you've been around me for a while, you've probably heard me say before, keep your eyes on your own paper. Remember being in school, the teacher would say, eyes on your own paper. Because if you're looking around, you're distracted, you're copying, you miss your own work. You're trying to copy a plan that won't work for you. Even if you did the exact same exercise, ate the same things, walked as many steps, your body comp and your weight will never match anyone else's. Even twins. Anyone know twins that their body types are completely different, especially as they age? Or think about racehorses. They wear those blinders to block their peripheral vision. Why? Because if they look side to side, they lose focus, they lose the race. That fraction of distraction slows them down and they will lose that race. You know, the blinders keep them locked in their own lane. You hear people say, stay in your own lane. Their track, their purpose, it just keeps them locked in when they have those blinders on. So they're trained to run their own race, not the horse's race next to them. They don't need to know what's happening in the next lane because it doesn't change their goal. Their only job is to stay steady, keep stride, and give their full effort to the direction they're going. Imagine what would happen if a horse turned its head to compare. It would throw off its rhythm, trip, or even crash into another lane. And that's what happens to us when we start looking sideways. We lose sight of what we are capable of because we're too busy looking at somebody else's progress. You are your own racehorse. You have your own pace, your own stride, your own finish line. And if you keep your focus forward, not left, not right, you'll get where you're meant to go a whole lot faster. Swimmers, too, right? The moment a swimmer lifts their head to check who's ahead, they lose speed. Every second counts. Same goes for you. The second you start looking around what everyone else is doing, you lose time, you lose energy that could have gone into your own growth. So why I see this showing up now, because we're at the end of the shred. And it happens at the end of the shred. You're about to send in your pictures, your measurements, your results, and suddenly that mean voice creeps in and says, I didn't lose as much as her, or I should have worked harder. But let me be super honest, results aren't always visible in the mirror at first. Sometimes your biggest progress is your mindset, your strength, how much you're lifting in the gym, how many more steps you got, your confidence, your ability to show up when life gets messy, your relationship with food. And I never, ever have based the winner of the shred off of pounds lost. I need to see that you're doing the mental work, building the habits, and have not just turned this into another diet. Don't let comparison steal that from you. You're not behind. You're building that foundation, the habits that last. You build the habits in the shred and then cement the habits inside of the clubhouse membership. So anybody that is in the shred right now, I highly, highly suggest that you move into the clubhouse so we can cement those habits in and you will never gain that weight back. So, 5 things that you can do instead of comparing yourself. Number 1, curate your environment. This one matters more than most people realize. What you see, what you hear, what you read every day shapes how you feel about yourself. If your social media feed is full of people who make you feel behind, not enough, less than, it's time to clean house. You don't owe anyone a follow, even if it's your friend, your sister-in-law, somebody from high school. If you see their content makes you feel bad, unfollow or mute them. You have to protect yourself, protect your peace of mind. Instead, follow people who inspire you to take action, not people who make you question your worth. Inspiration pushes you forward, intimidation holds you back. And this just isn't about social media, right? It's about real life too. Pay attention to the conversations that you're part of, who you hang around with, who you have lunch with, who you hang with at work. Are you surrounded by people who lift you up or people who constantly complain, compare, or guilt you for wanting more for yourself? You become like the people and messages you surround yourself with. So choose wisely. Fill your environment with voices that remind you of what's possible, not what's lacking. The right environment can make consistency feel natural. The wrong can make it feel impossible. So I ask you, who do you need to unfollow on social media? Who do you need to unfollow on social media? Who do you need to hang around less? Number 2, reflect, don't compare. When your first instinct is to ask, why am I not there yet? I want you to pause and flip the question. Ask instead, where was I 30 days ago? And reflect the shifts your focus from lack to growth. If you look at your consistency calendar, your mindset, your choices, are they better than they were before the shred started? Are they better than a month ago? And if the answer is yes, that's progress. Sometimes progress doesn't show up on the scale. It shows up in your reactions. Maybe you're not binging when stressed like before. Maybe you're walking more. Maybe you're pre-tracking your meals now instead of winging it. These small wins compound. So comparing yourself to others will always make you feel behind. Reflect on your own progress, reminds how far you've come. And that's the kind of momentum that lasts. Number 3, use data, not drama. So when you start to doubt your progress, it's usually because you're focusing on feelings, not facts. I'm going to repeat that. When you start to doubt your progress, it's usually because you're focusing on feelings, not facts. So feelings fluctuate, data doesn't lie. Your scale will bounce up and down, but your consistency calendar, your tracked meals, your steps, your workouts tell the real story. The drama says nothing's working. I'm not losing weight. The scale's not moving. The data says you've been consistent for 3 weeks straight. It is working. Your body's just catching up. When you focus on the data, you shift out of that emotion and into logic and out of your own head. You stop making reactive decisions like cutting calories too low or giving up, and you start to trust the process. Data builds confidence. Drama builds chaos. And your body does not thrive in chaos. Your mental health does not thrive in chaos. Number 4, set micro goals, little goals. When the big picture feels overwhelming, break it down. Right from the get-go in the shred, I tell people if you have to bring it all the way down to its simplest form, just track your macros and don't go over your calories. That's the micro goal. It's in the simplest form, and then we can build upon that. Okay. Maybe your long-term goal is to lose 20 pounds or get visible muscle definition. That's great. But these are big goals, but they're built from small, repeatable goals. So micro goals sound like I'm going to hit my protein every day this week. I'm going to walk 10,000 steps Monday through Friday. I'm going to pre-track dinner before 3 p.m. I'm going to pre-track my alcohol this weekend and stick to it. These tiny goals add up. That's what creates the momentum. The little daily wins that build confidence. And when you stack enough of those wins, the big picture, the big goal takes care of itself. Micro goals, tiny goals also stop you from the all or nothing thinking, I'm all about the all or something. So if you can't do everything, do something. That something compounds faster than perfection ever could. We know that there's no such thing as perfection. So that something compounds faster than perfection ever could. Obviously, it compounds faster than nothing. Practice gratitude for your body. Number 5, practice gratitude for your body. We spend so much time criticizing our bodies that we forget to thank them. We look in the mirror and we criticize. We say, I can't see my abs. My belly's too big. My thighs are too big. My butt is too big. I have wrinkles. I have gray hair. I don't like my nose. Um, the list goes on and on, right? Every time you look in the mirror and pick yourself apart, you're missing what your body has done for you, not to you. So instead, you need to start with gratitude. Say, thank you, legs, for carrying me through that run or that walk. Thank you, arms, for lifting those weights. Thank you, body, for sticking with me even when my brain wants to quit. Thank you, arms, for being able to carry around my children. Thank you, uterus, for carrying my children until birth. Thank you, feet, for walking me into my children's school. Thank you, brain, for keeping me on track even when I want to quit. Just think about all the things that your body can do. And when you shift from frustration to appreciation, your entire relationship with your body changes. Gratitude pulls you back into the present and out of that comparison trap because your body isn't your enemy, it's your teammate. It's been through everything with you from birth, right? It's the only thing that's been with you through everything. And the more you nurture it instead of fighting it, the better it responds. Your body isn't your enemy, it's your teammate. It's been through everything with you. The more you take care of it, the more you're nice to it, the more you nurture it instead of fight it, the better it responds. So, all my shredders that are listening, let's end this shred strong, not by comparing your finish line to somebody else's, but by celebrating how far you've come. You don't need to look left or right. You don't need to measure yourself against anyone. Keep your race blinders on, eyes forward, eyes on your own paper, and remember, your only competition is who you were yesterday. 1% better is 1% better. So, if you want to keep growing, stay consistent, move through the holidays with support, come join us inside of the clubhouse. If you're brand new to macro counting, come join us inside of the clubhouse. I'll put the link in the show notes. It starts with a one-on-one if you've never done this before. If you're a shredder, you can go right into the clubhouse membership. I'll drop the link in the show notes. We've got Slay Strong coming December 1st. Short, effective strength workouts. We get in, we get out, we get it done. Team challenges and prizes. It's going to be the perfect way to end the year strong. And remember, you're always doing better than you think you are.